It's conceivable, I suppose, that somebody might find this interesting. This is the Taipei metro system, or was. It's good because it's a touch screen, so if that happens, you just touch it, it comes back. My place is right there. Distance between stations probably half a kilometer to give some sense. There's ones that turn into gondolas. There's ones that go to the ocean. You can get on a boat. There's another probably 10%, 20% under construction now, and another 10-20% planned. It's all accessible. There's a surprising number of places like this where you just go from the metro system straight into a department store. So obviously department stores get a bit repetitive. But the air's clean, attractive people walking around, absolutely free if you want it to be. I don't know, as I get older and just want to get out and stretch my legs a bit, I appreciate them more and more all the time. But unfortunately, I can't go in this one because I'd have to do the QR code for the COVID stuff. Okay, so from this spot, yep, okay, there you go. There's an elevator. I want to make these things at least a couple of minutes, so. Buttons low. Accessible access. It's pretty amazing actually how well they design these things. Yeah, somebody came in here and said, okay, let's put the accessible one right beside the elevator. And they did it, and there it is. Elevators are bloody slow. I think it's, especially in these kinds of places, this isn't the department store, this is MRT. MRTs are not bad. But the department stores are slow because they don't want you taking the elevator. So let's just see what happens. We'll go down here. Go down to let's go down to B3. Okay, yeah. Yeah, buttons are low. No bump or anything like that. Exit number 1. I just noticed something, and I bet that this is planned too. You go onto the elevator driving forward in, and then you go down, and the elevator opens on the other side, so you just keep moving forward. You don't have to back up and mess around like that. I do believe every one that I've been on so far is like that. This is a concourse level. I hardly know where I am. Yeah. I'm not saying that it's all gorgeous, right? Obviously. There's a stretch of, it's called Zhongshan, and there's a kind of an underground walkway thing. And it stops just short of, I think, both. A little complicated, but it stops short of. Yeah, see, watch what'll happen is it'll open on this side again. Not again. We came in straight forward. We'll go off straight forward. There you go. Walk straight on. Walk straight off, and at this particular location. Okay. Okay, so honestly, this is getting a little bit too easy because I know that this place will be cool. So I guess maybe I have to start. I should do restaurants and hotels, but the problem is it might not be that easy to convince them it's a great idea to let me walk around filming. So I don't know. We'll see. just for a little bit of history, it's pretty interesting that this area here used to be the really fashionable part of Taipei. And what's happening is that the most fashionable part of the city is just constantly moving east. So there's one basically on the street that I lived, which is the old one, and in some places they retain not quite the glamour, but they definitely retain the I don't know, the style. I think that my neighborhood is one of the best in Taipei. Look at this brute, this ugly brute. Yeah, so it just keeps moving east. So Taipei 101 is that way. My place is that way. Whatever difference that makes. I came here to check out this new building. I thought, okay, I'll see it because it's brand new. Maybe it'll have really exceptional accessibility to things. And it's not finished, and it's not a department store. It's an apartment building. So I have to go someplace interesting, don't I? And I think I know where to go. I definitely know where to go. So see you there in a second. That's where I go to get my hair cut. This kid talking to his dad says, "Oh, you got a haircut?" The kid said, No, I got them all cut." So what I want to check out here is whether or not they put the elevator beside. No, this didn't work. Let me think. Okay, I think that normally the thing is that the last car is sort of reserved for people in wheelchairs. I'm at the wrong end of the station. This won't be the last car. So what I was thinking about is whether or not they, managed to actually connect the elevator to the car that takes wheelchair. I doubt it. I had to turn around there too, didn't I? Okay, maybe that there's handicapped. Oh, there is one. Yeah, I was wondering about that yesterday. Yeah, this makes total sense. Okay. Yeah, there's one at the front of the train and at the back, I think. Check this out. Yep. Yep. They did it. Absolutely awesome. I had a feeling that the wheelchair access might be at the front because I always sit in these things. They're the priority chairs. Something I noticed on the way here too is that the bus seats are surprisingly ergodynamically designed. That's quite a discovery, actually. I think they're better than they used to be. We haven't ridden the bus for a long time, and probably some of them have good seats, some of them don't, I don't know. But the one that I came here on, I could sit on that, and it would be actually good for my back and go around and see the country a little bit. Absolutely fantastic. So obviously this isn't exactly the most interesting place, or maybe it just doesn't seem like a very interesting place because it's so hot and stuffy. Maybe it'll look okay, actually, with the disappearing thing, I just wanted to say something that happened here. Maybe 5 years ago, I guess. Back that way, maybe about 500 yards to the university. And, seriously, if I explore a new building, I try to get on the roof. And so I tried to get on the roof of that one, and actually there's kind of a balcony up there that nobody uses. They don't use the balconies. It's nice in a way because you think, okay, that's great, there's nobody there. escape from the crowd and all that. But if nobody uses them, maybe they won't have the idea to build more balconies. So I'm torn on that issue. Yeah, so I got up there and I came down the floor, and all of the students were African men, right? So all of the students are African men. And so that's interesting to me. I'm interested in races, and they're there, and I try to figure out what they're being taught. And I can tell after a little while that it's chemistry, and the class is being conducted in Chinese. So there's a university classroom packed with African men, and they're studying chemistry in Chinese, and that just weirded me out. And then so I because to study chemistry weirds me out. How does anybody study chemistry? A little bit at a time, and it gets easier, I guess, all that. But Chinese, how do you do that? I've been trying that for 25 years. And so here these guys are doing both at the same time. I just couldn't believe it. And then on my way out, there was an African, black person. Didn't look African. I don't know how you can tell the difference. And I think that what happens here is if you just see somebody that's not Chinese, because everybody's Chinese, then you're just kind of curious. And she was a big girl. And she obviously wanted to talk to me, so we just started a conversation. And it turned out that she couldn't find her hotel, and I had a kind of an idea where it might be. And so we hung around with each other for a while. And once in a while you meet somebody who will say to you, like, they're 24 years old, and they'll say something to you like, oh yeah, I'm studying astrophysics at Harvard or something like that, right? And they mean it. And so they want to tell you that's what they do, but they also want to tell you, like, don't say anything too stupid to me, otherwise I'm going to probably think you're stupid. That's what I think happened. That's what I think. And she was so nice. I guarantee you she was a Christian. The warmest hearted person I've met in my whole life. And I just wish I had more time to... Then they ask you, okay, if you could spend time with, any famous person, I'd choose her. I don't know if she's famous or not. I bet she is in scientific. Anyway, so I helped her to find her hotel, and her dad was there. And I'm 58 and about 4 inches shorter than her, and still he was not mad. He was not mad. No, he was mad. He was mad to see that his daughter was with anybody that wasn't female, and I kind of suspect with anybody that wasn't black. He had a bit of an issue, man. And so that's all that happened. I saw her one more time, and both of us were heard someplace, I guess, and we only talked to each other for 15 minutes. This doesn't mean anything to anybody, but yeah, I remember that so clearly. This is Huashan Creative Park. It's not very well lit, I guess. Yeah, this is a really nice place. But there's something a little bit sad about these places too, because they used to be warehouses. This one, it works. What you'll see throughout the developing world is that places that used to be warehouses are now being turned into sort of artsy-fartsy places. And if it works, it's great. But sometimes you look and you go, man, this place, can you imagine what this must have been like 40 years ago with, seriously, like in Kaohsiung, tens of thousands of people would have been working in there, right? And now there's just too much of it. It's all the same concept. Let's take the warehouse and turn it into an art space. And they're doing it all over the place. And so, eventually it's not special anymore, is it? 2 minutes left. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.